All right, Jayla, turn on the pump. Perfect. Okay, turn it off. I mean, we're not... Fortunately, yeah, so anyways, what I have to do today is this. Yesterday I winterized my Sea-Doo, and today is the last day that I'll probably have to winterize my boat. This boat was in the water once this season, unfortunately. Still a good boat though. The floor is getting a little soft here. So make sure I keep an eye on things here with this. I do like this boat a lot, and it looks a little grungy right now, but trust me, it is a good running boat. And I only paid what, like a couple $100 for this boat, but it's a good one. It runs well, and see if we can get her going today. So one of the things unfortunately we've got to do before we get to the winterization is this leg here is busted somehow. It no longer goes up and down, so I'm gonna have to take this off. I do have a different one for it. I'm not sure if it's gonna fit. I got this from Princess Auto. It doesn't have a wheel on it, but hopefully it'll fit. It was on sale, so I went for this one. Maybe I should have got the one with the wheel, but all right, found my ears. I've got my hose all coming from the house, and everything's frozen this morning. So this is pretty much my last day to get this done. So because tomorrow is supposed to snow. So hopefully this all goes smoothly. Okay. First thing to do, this old girl. Jeez, that's on there tight. It's an old boat, but I like it a lot. So I thought about many times about selling it, but it's not worth. This is a good working boat, and put some fuel stabilizer down in there. I'll put the whole thing in. A lot better if you can mix this with the fuel in a separate jerry can before you put that in, but I don't really have time for that today. Okay, so we got the new leg on here. This one is whatever piece of hardware holds this in here has gone somewhere, and that's the new one. I've got it lowered. It works really nice, so I'm actually pretty stoked about this. It's nice too because it goes low, and there are certain situations like this where I need the tongue down pretty low. All right, got the battery all hooked up here. Start her up dry first. I'm not sure if, I mean, this was only running once this summer, and this boat needs a tune-up. It doesn't run super nice, so we'll see what happens here. Really like this boat though. Would like to, this is probably going to be in a lot of future U Ottawa Scotty videos. Quarter tank. Let's see here. How does this work again? Let's put the leg down. Tilt. Let's try again. Oh, got something there. So yeah, this is a good old boat. I think she just hiccuped there a little bit. We'll see if we can get her going. Atta girl. Atta girl. All right, so it's a good girl. Good. It's a good boat. Looks a little rough, but she needs some TLC for sure. No questions about that. But floor is actually still pretty good, and I like this boat a lot. Canadian made, so I like the fact that it's. I'll do a video on the history of Grue boats, which is kind of a tragic one, but nonetheless an interesting history. Probably not a possibility, looking at that. Just gonna let her get up to temperature here, and just get the engine internals up to temperature before I start fogging it. She's never really run right, and I think I know why now. I can hear a vacuum leak there. So I think next year we'll have more videos to do on this guy. I really would like to restore this boat. She's a good boat, and I've had me and Jayla have had a lot of great times. In fact, the picture, the banner on my channel now is actually taken. That picture was taken in this boat. Me and Jayla were on the boat for the day, so. But anyways, just let her get warmed up, and then I'll fog her down. And we're gonna have to just do the old-fashioned way of. Sure that my engine temperature gauge. Oh, there we go. Now she's working. Beautiful gauge cluster. Really like it. RPM gauge never really worked. This never really worked properly, but. feel like these Mercruiser inline 6 engines are pretty popular. Came in a lot of boats from the 80s and 90s. So more than likely your petcock valve and engine drain plug will be in the same place as mine. But if not, you should be able to find it. But this is the petcock valve for my muffler manifold, exhaust manifold. And this is this little brass plug right here. The back is the engine block drain plug. So I drain these two things, and if you want to make it drain better, you can detach these hoses right here, which I will definitely do that. So this is the Pickwick Super 8 Plus. I really like this screwdriver, right? Because not only do you have all your bits, but you also have two hose clamp bits here too. So like, say for example, in a situation like this, I've got my go with my hose clamps here. Hopefully this water isn't too hot there. We'll find out. Okay, that's good. This will just help the water drain out of the block, I think. There we go. I'm actually going to take this thermostat off too. What we're going to do now is loosen off this petcock valve here and drain this out. This looks like it could be blocked with a bunch of junk. That's what it should look like. I just kind of took a screwdriver and jammed it up there, just to some rust, and wash my hands off here. Definitely a lot of rust accumulating in that valve. So this engine just needs a big tune-up, and eventually we'll get to that. Get a socket onto this other brass plug here and drain the engine block. Right now we're draining the exhaust manifold. This guy right here. Okay, and then now here we got this brass plug right back here on the back of the engine block right here. It's a 9/16 brass drain plug, and we'll loosen that off. This exhaust manifold's all done draining out, and let's loosen that off. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And let's see how much water. Oh, there we go. Yeah. That hole is definitely not plugged, so that's a good sign. Good thing we kept our battery hooked up. So let's turn our pump on here. It's handy. Just noticed that this pump has an should probably keep some of this crap from plugging up the pump. I love boats. I love these inboard boats too. You know, there's nothing. The engines are usually clean like this because they're and there's just, you know, it's just so accessible. You know, standing right over the engine. Everything's easy to get at. You can, you know, I even like all these, you know, you got the serial number, the transom plate, the stern drive, and then right on the side of the engine, you know, Mercury Marine Division. You know, it's got all the model, all the particular information about the engine. It's just really cool. I just something about this that I really like. It's a very, I don't know, seemingly archaic nowadays with, you know, so much computer control of everything. This is just, you know, an engine. It's just like pure mechanics, and I just find things are elegant with boats. I don't know why I like this stuff, but I just like it. Now I'll be honest with you, I don't actually know how the water, I mean, I've changed the impeller pump on the leg, but I'm still learning about these style outboard boats. I don't actually know how the water gets in here, if it comes through the exhaust manifold or what. You know, obviously the water pump is here. I'm just, alrighty, funnel. Let's see what we got here. This works. Looks like a good one. Let's see now. What do we want to do here? Maybe fill this up first. Every year I forget how I do this. So I put the petcock valve back in there. I'm wondering if I plug that up, fill this manifold with antifreeze, if it'll actually come out the leg, which would neutralize any water in the impeller pump area. So we'll try that, see what that does. Is that coming out? Oh yeah, it's coming out of the leg there. So my thinking there was right. So I'm very happy about that. So that makes sense now. That the water must get pumped through the exhaust manifold. That's good. That's good. It's coming through the... That's a good sign. means our pump is some antifreeze run through it. No worries there. Put the plug back in the block and just see if I can fill the block up with antifreeze as well. Let's pour some of this down in here. Down into the water pump too. Right. That makes sense. All right. So I'll fill up with antifreeze now. I'll do now is I'm actually gonna, just to be on the safe side, I've seen this antifreeze freeze before, so just to be on the safe side, instead of keeping the antifreeze in the block, I've seen that stuff kind of slush up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, I wonder if that's a good idea or not. I'm actually going to gonna drain this out again. Then I'm gonna bilge pump that out back into these containers here. Right, so I'm actually going to drain the antifreeze out of the manifold and the block, and the residual can stay in there. I don't like leaving the whole thing, just to neutralize the water if there is any water in there. And then I just feel, because I've seen this antifreeze slush up before, and I'm just kind of paranoid sometimes that it'll actually freeze. So instead of leaving it in the block, I just drain it through. Of course, some of it will stay in. Not sure if that's just me being paranoid or what, but I'm actually going to we will remove the engine block plug as well. It should be tight. Oh, there we go. Wow, okay. There we go. Wow. All right, just to be clear why I'm doing this, I'm basically putting the antifreeze in, and if there's any water in the block, it's going to neutralize that water. But then I don't like to leave the antifreeze in the block like filled, because I'm actually paranoid that the antifreeze will in fact freeze. I don't know if that's an irrational. I don't know if that's an irrational thought, but up here in Quebec, in the mountains, it gets really cold. I mean, so, you know, we do get up to like minus 30, minus 40, and, you know, antifreeze, I know it's not supposed to freeze, but on nights where it's minus 40, you know, and your breath is basically freezing as soon as it comes out of your mouth, and your eyelids are freezing together. It's just, and I'm thinking in my mind, okay, that engine block is filled with liquid. I don't know, man. It just makes me paranoid. I don't see how this stuff can't freeze in those temperatures. So I basically just let the antifreeze out, and then, you know, that way any water in the block has been neutralized, and there is some space if the antifreeze does start slushing up and stuff, like solidifying, that there is some space for it to expand and kind of move around in the block. So that's my reasoning for that. I know probably most people don't do that, but all right, Jayla's going to help us out with this part. So yeah, I just want to get the majority of the antifreeze out of the bilge, so we're gonna try it like this. So all right, Jayla, turn on the pump. Perfect. Okay, turn it off. It's going a little too fast. Okay, turn it on. There we go. Turn it off. Geez, that pump works good. Turn it on. Turn it off. Perfect. Alrighty. Well, that worked well. There's some not very nice antifreeze, but there's some antifreeze there if I need some more. Anyways. Nice boat, eh?
Yeah, I love this thing. Groot. Groot.
Yeah, she's a good boat. She's a good boat.
Good?
I like it.
I mean, are you good here?
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay. Well, I was going to get you to do one more thing, actually. Can you get back in there? Can you put up the tilt? Yep, keep going, just... Yeah, okay. That's good. All right, so the rest of this here is just cleaning up, and got both the machines, both the water toys winterized, and got a lot of work to do for getting these things in shape. So there's gonna be a lot of content coming for sure. And anyways, I'm gonna get cleaned up here, and I've got a nice thick tarp for this girl here. She doesn't have a name yet. Just gotta name her. Yeah, Jesus, I've had this boat for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and it doesn't even have a name yet. So maybe you guys can name the boat. My Sea-Doo, my van does not have a name, and that's shameful. So I'm gonna put that out to you guys. Maybe you guys can help me come up with some names. Yeah, let me know in the comments section if you have any ideas. Anyways, this is you, Ottawa Scotty, signing out on the vlog, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.